Pink or purple?
I guess a girl might like pink.
Pink. Yes, pink.
Pink.
Like pink.
Like pink. Pink.
Blue. Blue.
Orange.
Either blue or green.
Blue.
Red.
My favorite color. I like Michigan State, so green. So. Color.
Blue.
Green. Purple.
Purple.
Teal.
Where everyone is treated equal.
Equality is treating people equally or the same, no matter gender, race, hair color.
Like fair.
Is where everyone is equal no matter what your gender or race or ethnicity or anything. You're just
My definition of equality is everyone in the world living as equals. No one's better than anyone else. Everyone's just equal.
Of equality.
equality to me would be being equal and being fair and the same for everybody.
Like differences between someone like being unique.
Everyone being treated the same, having the same rights.
Treating others fairly and like not based on looks or anything really, just because they're a person.
Where everything's equal. So I guess that includes like all aspects of life, because I think a lot of times people think, oh yeah, we're equal, but really you're only equal in one area, and people forget about like the other places. So like socially and economically and everything about it.
I just feel like there is obviously not equality with everyone, because there's like the really smart kids or the not so smart kids, or there's the really sporty kids and the not so sporty kids, and the popular kids and the not so popular kids. But there isn't like an equality difference with gender and race and stuff.
Why? I don't know. I think it's because people just they're stupid. I don't mean that. I'm just saying that I think it's because of the area we live in just doesn't really think about equality that much.
I don't know, there's like people who are thought of higher or like better, and I don't know, like jocks and stuff, I guess.
Oh, not really.
Why?
Well, people are judged based on like their race or whatever. Like people are really kind of like, oh, you're Mexican, let's say, like you're not as smart as this person.
No. depending on where you look. I mean, in like in like sports, it's not very much. There's not very much equality, but in maybe classrooms there could be found more equality, because there's like teachers trying to look over like the classroom and stuff.
I think so. Yes. I think he should aspire to be happy, healthy, and, just whatever he wants to do.
The average man should do whatever makes him happy, whether that be a stay-at-home dad, an engineer, an artist, or a ballerina.
I think they should do whatever makes them happy. If they want to do a job that's normally what a guy does, I think they should be able to do that without being judged.
Average man. Go to work.
They should work and be like a lawyer or a doctor or something.
Fight for equality, I mean, as best as you can, and even if something's not affecting you, you should try to help the people that it is affecting.
Whatever they want.
Whatever he wants. It doesn't matter.
Let's see, gender equality, race equality. That's about it.
4 types of equality. Gender equality. That's a great question. You guys got me stumped.
Gender equality, racial equality, and those are the only 2 I can name.
Gender equality, racial equality.
Gender, racial,
Social equality. Oh. Political equality? Yeah, in politics. Economic equality and gender equality.
Racial equality, gender equality, like sexual orientation equality, and then disability equality, like people with disabilities.
4 choice. Racial. Personal. I can't.
Because that's like the most common, most common difference, like that is noticed from everyone because it's more outright. Like there isn't as much equality between races and genders as there is equality between other things.
Because I think those are the things that like everyone should have in the world. Those are the 4 most important things.
Gender would stand out to me since I'm a girl, and culture stands out to me since I teach Spanish. So I try to teach different cultures and why they're important. And I think always in the news you see like how much like a man makes versus what a woman makes every day. So that's why that stood out to me.
Because if you walk around the school, you can probably see all those.
Because they're the ones that we haven't fixed yet.
Because they're the ones we deal with most often, like in society and stuff.
because those are like the 2 main ideas I would say, like boy, girl, and then like the color of their skin.
Because I think they're the most important types.
You believe your race is above all other races.
When people discriminate against each other because of their race.
Judging someone based on their race.
A certain race being treated poorly.
People being treated unfairly based on their race. It could be their skin color or maybe culturally, like where they're from, what country they're from.
Making fun of somebody and using stereotypes against a different race that you're not.
Judging somebody based on their gender.
Treating genders fairly and not treating one gender superior over another.
Sex is treated unfairly, or any situation where someone feels uncomfortable, whether it be where you don't get a job because you're a woman, or you don't get paid as much money because you're a woman, or vice versa. As a man, you don't get a job that is typically known as a woman's job.
My definition of sexism is treating a man or a woman differently because they are a man or a woman.
Like thinking like of a different sex like better than each other. I don't know.
Definitely. Well, I've heard some jokes and stuff that shouldn't be funny and that people should take more seriously. And when someone says like, oh, I'm not a feminist or something, and they'll be like, oh, like I think we should be equal and stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, because it has such like a negative connotation at the school that people immediately, girls especially, they try to detach themselves from something that people see as bad here.
I do believe that there is a lot of deep-rooted racism.
Yes. Because even like in a gym class, they don't pick girls first because they don't think they're as strong or they're as tough.
I believe there's some.
I think yes and no, I guess. I mean, there are some people that I've heard in like the hallways of cafeteria make fun of somebody.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Some just because they think that like
It's a joke.
yeah, treat it more like a joke, but they may actually
Yeah.
feel it inside, and with
They
sports
don't,
and stuff especially.
Yeah, they don't realize it, but like the person who they're like making fun of or something can take it seriously, I guess. Like the stereotypes that not just like that people put on each other, but like the public and how like celebrities and all of the popular news feed and everything, like how they discriminate and how they stereotype certain people for how they are and who they are. So I guess that's kind of like the origin of where everything comes from.
Definitely like interactions. So like the way someone treats you. I guess you're like hyper aware of stuff like that if you are the gender or the race that is being kind of outcasted.
It's probably just how we grew up, because like, you know, our parents, and whether they meant to or not, it affects us and the people around us and what society tells us about things.
I think they do that because they just know that they're not. Because if you look at our school, there's more whites than African Americans. So I just feel like there's more whites, and then that just creates like an off balance.
I think sometimes it's maybe education. People aren't educated, so maybe they don't know. Maybe they're not sure like why they should respect somebody because they're a man or woman, or why they should respect different races. I think a lot of things too depends on like parenting, or it's generational. It's passed down. A lot of kids believe what their parents believe. Like I know, like a lot of my beliefs come from my parents.
I think they don't know that what's really going on. Like they think they're different, even though they're not.